I lost my dad at a very young age. Anytime we needed something, I always wanted to fill that space. When my mom falls sick, I want to be a doctor. When my mom needs safeguarding, I want to be a soldier. I want to be a chairman as well.
Chairman?
Right?
What's
yeah,
the chairman?
because the chairman in Surulere then looked like one wealthy person. Do you understand? A lot of people in Unilag knew it to be like a hustler.
You're selling art, I know that.
From Moremi or like this to Yaba, carry frame, art frame. I'm going to go and frame work for someone who bought someone who commissioned me to paint them. Initially, people were laughing at me because they didn't understand what I was doing. You know, yes, I draw jaga jaga.
Yeah.
Scribble lines jaga jaga actually.
So you designed Asake's Work of Art album cover.
Yeah, that was me.
Meet Ayanfe, a true definition of a multi-talented and multidisciplinary artist.
To be honest, you can't put a price on it. Left to me in the past, I won't even sell my work.
From being a visual artist with works that are featured in exhibitions around the world, to being a fashion designer for a brand, WWYD, one of the coolest brands currently taking over the Nigerian and international clothing space.
I just didn't understand how I would take a piece of me and then give it to someone else. I want it, I want to keep it.
And last year, collaborating with Asake, one of the biggest musical exports of Africa to the world. They didn't make music together, but she helped design the album art for his most successful studio album, Work of Art. And her works have been written about on publications with CNN, Euronews, Combini, Radar Africa, and many others. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that Ayanfe is cool as fuck.
Now that people are more aware of the value of arts, any artist can actually make a life out of.
But how did a Nigerian girl just in her 20s achieve all of this in what seems to be a very young age? The truth is, she has not always been this successful. As a matter of fact, she had to grow up really fast because she lost her father at a very young age.
I wanted to do arts right from time, and me and my parents, we had a deal, right? My parents wanted a baby doctor. And I don't blame them actually, my mom especially, because I lost my dad at a very young age, and we were not really how do I put it, we're not exactly comfortable. Anytime we needed something, I always wanted to fill that space, right? So when my mom falls sick, I want to be a doctor. When my mom needs safeguarding, I want to be a soldier. I want to be a chairman as well.
Chairman?
Right?
What's the chairman?
Because the chairman in Surulere then looked like one wealthy person, do you understand? So I just thought, okay, if that person is actually comfortable, rich and stuff, why don't I become a chairman too?
The second season of Made by Us, I had to link up with Ayanfe, and she told me her story.
I feel like I was finding myself when I was much younger, and I just wanted to help people.
We had met initially in Barcelona a few weeks before, and she told me she was coming to London, where she'll be hosting an intimate pop-up for WWYD, a community and brand started by Ayanfe herself.
We're not just trying to sell pieces, we're also trying to want to get to know the people who support us, and then we also want to tell people about us.
So at what point did you start art as a career?
This was 2017, 2015. I'm always mixing up those days because there was actually a point where people told me that, yo, Ayanfe, you can draw, you should actually take this seriously. And then there was a point where I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck it, I'm actually going to do this thing, irrespective of whatever.
What were you doing that you weren't here? You understand? What were you doing that you're not here? Think about it.
Doing one or twos.
I was in Unilag then. I had told my parents I wanted to do art, right? But yeah, that was before I gained admission for sure. When I wanted to write JAMB, you have to apply for a particular course and everything. So I told them I wanted to do art. They were against it. But then I still didn't know. I wasn't so sure I wanted to become an artist. Do you understand? Because I was already scared with the way my mom was always telling me about, the street artists, you're going to end up like them. Do you understand? I didn't think it was a career path. I just wanted to do it because I liked it. But in 2015, so it was year 2 in Unilag, I realized that was actually something I wanted to pursue. I wasn't interested in science, microbiology, all of those things. I was a bright kid, but it just wasn't me. And yeah, it was just my go-to, and I started getting a little bit of recognition. It was now in 2017, everything just blew up.
How did it blow up first?
Well, a lot of people in Unilag knew it to be a hustler. Do you understand? When
you're selling art, I know that.
From Moremi or this to Yaba, carry frame, art frame. I'm going to go and frame work for someone who bought someone who commissioned me to paint them. Then I used to draw. I used to draw in class a lot. While the lecturers going I'm at the back. I'm either gisting with my friends or I'm drawing. Yeah.
For this pop-up, Ayanfe was using the metallic ink space, a global culture studio.
Kan inte ta tillbaka någonting av det jag sagt. Men
Jollof down there. Yeah, no.
I seen Jollof. Are you? Where you guys from? Nigeria.
People just knew that was what I was always doing. There was one time that my roommate set me up. There was like this Moremi talent hunt thing. And then they registered me. Next, now I'm hearing my name. That they're doing some competition. I should climb the stage and I should come and draw.
You didn't know prior?
I didn't know. Like they went to find the sketchbook, everything. It was just on the spot. I scribbled. Initially, people were laughing at me because they didn't understand what I was doing. You know, I started doing like jaga jaga first, and then they're wondering what's this person doing, and then next thing it turned out to be like, you know, a face. So I won the competition.
Who started laughing?
Yeah, they started laughing initially, and then they were, like, it was like, wow, do you understand? So ever since then, people just call me like jaga jaga artist. Yeah, that's where Jagaism even came from. Jagaism is like my movement, my art movement. I picked it from the lingo, like the street lingo, jaga jaga, do you understand? Yeah, which means like crooked lines or crooked stuff, basically. It was just my own way of owning up to, yes, I draw jaga jaga.
Yeah.
Scribble lines jaga jaga, actually. So for me, like, scribble has always been like a therapeutic process, right? You know this song, My Life, Jaga Jaga? Even though that song feels like a curse, but go for beach. I feel like I do things in like, in very weird, awkward ways. When I'm nervous, I'm moving about. When I'm nervous, I'm twisting wires. If I have something, I'm twisting them together. Like I'm literally like scribbling, do you understand? If I have paper with me, I'm tearing it in different ways, do you get? So like that has always been my own approach. When I need to draw someone, because I started from like I was pushing for hyperrealism. That's when you paint someone to look like
them.
Yeah, do you understand? I was pushing for that, but I realized that my technique of shading and all of that was scribbled patterns. So it was around that time I realized that, oh, actually, like this is how I operate. And from there, I think I saw the lights and then I followed it.
So you designed Asake's work of art album cover.
Yeah, that was me.
How did that come about?
Okay, so me and Asake have actually I wouldn't say that we've been tight, nope. One time, I don't remember what year it was, but I was still I was younger, do you understand, up and coming. Asake reached out. Was it Asake or it was his, I think it was Asake, I don't remember, but... Yeah, yeah, they reached out for a shoot.
Like, was he already popping at this time?
No. I mean, I saw this person, I'm like, yeah, this person is cool, do you understand? I'll actually like to shoot them, do you understand? So they booked me for a shoot. We did the shoot finish.
Just hold on.
Yeah.
Shoot, like video shoots?
A photo shoot, yeah.
You do photography as well?
Yeah, I do.
Continue.
Yeah. It was paid for, right? We had the shoots and then something happened to my laptop. I don't know if it was my laptop or I lost the card or something. I think it was my laptop that got bad, so I lost the pictures. And I felt so bad because he had already paid the stylist, he had paid me to shoot, and I didn't know what to do. So I reached out to Asake and I told him, and Asake told me it was cool. I swear, he told me it was cool. Like, he was even asking if I was able to fix my laptop or something. I think my laptop crashed. Something should happen. He cared more about what happened to me than, do you understand, the pictures and all. So, like, I felt like this person actually chill, aside the fact that he had, like, really good songs, because he played some songs in the car. And so ever since then, like, he's just been that guy that I know that, okay, this person is short, this person really, like, he's just a good person. We built a little bit of relationship. Last year, I was in London. I had my solo show. Asake called, was like, Ayanfe, yo, what's up now? I have a project. I'm trying to drop this project and I need to do the album art. Can you do it? I couldn't do it at the time because like I couldn't make the whole thing at the time because I was busy with my solo show and I wasn't in Nigeria at the time. So I'm like, you know what? I have some pieces that could work. Do you understand? So I shared them with him. He connected to the 2 pieces he used in the album art and yeah, that was it.
Like with you being self-taught, right? How did you get direction to know what way you should be taking as someone who was teaching themselves?
I can't lie, yeah, like I didn't know how, I didn't know where, I didn't know when, I didn't know any direction, I didn't know anything. And at some point when I felt like I needed like, you know, a little bit of tutelage, right? I reached out to someone and I don't blame them though. They asked me to pay, right? And it was like a huge sum for someone who didn't have anything, right? So I didn't really know. All I just wanted to do was help out.
Hiya.
My friend is here, Zara. Oh, yo, I'm alright, man. Yeah, okay, let me remove the second one. yeah, like, it was just really expensive, and all I just wanted to do was run the errands. I wanted to run the errands so that while I'm doing all of those, I'm able to learn, gain from like the experience. But I didn't get that, so I just had to do my own thing. And it's also one of the reasons why I started. I think I actually recently realized that maybe that's also why I started WWYD, because I had so many questions growing up. I had so many questions about my career, about like, you know, what I do, and I didn't know where to go to, right? I didn't know who to ask. And I felt like if there are other people like me out there who are still finding themselves, finding where they fit in, then why don't I start something? Do you understand? Why don't I create a space where people can actually like, you know, fit in, find themselves, network, do you understand? Find like minds. It doesn't necessarily have to be me. I'm just creating that space. Anybody can come and connect. When I created WWYD, I wasn't really thinking about that, but I realized along the line that this is actually something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to have like a creative hub to help people. And I saw that, oh yeah, WWYD is actually like doing that.
So tell me about WWYD. Like, what exactly is WWYD?
WWYD started off as an experiment initially. Like, I was working on a project on toxic masculinity at the time. It was a painting, right? It was a collection, a series of paintings. So I was working on like the impact of science fiction movies on toxic masculinity, and then I thought, okay, why don't I experiment with colors? See how men would perceive a colorful cap. We made a cap, a green and pink cap at the time. Wanted to see if guys would buy it. Right, so put it up, did all of that, and then the experiment failed because people bought, but guys bought it, but they were still asking, how about black? How about brown? So it was basically like an extension of the project that I was doing. And then somehow we created this very cool product, and we're like, okay, why don't we actually make it a thing? But before that, I realized that I have really cool creative peers who are really good at what they do and are not really appreciated in Nigeria. And I felt like, okay, I had little means, because then I was already like, you know, getting little change, do you understand? I'm like, I have little means, and art was already taking me like places. I'm like, okay, if I have the means, I have the access, why don't I start something that also like, you know, showcases my peers? So I'm like, if I have a photographer who's really good as a friend, and they're not really like appreciated in Nigeria, how about we spotlight them by using them in the brand? I don't know if you get what I mean, like maybe like taking their photographs, creating like merch, celebrating them, like a collab, and then selling it. Then, you know, having like friends who are fashion designers as well. How about we work together, build something? Like that was basically like where it started from.
You're creating a community, basically.
Yeah, like a community, you know, you already have like people who are really dope, and you're just wondering like, what's going on? Nigeria happened. Okay, why don't we just start something by ourselves and see where it leads? That's why I don't call it a streetwear brand. WWYD is a lifestyle brand, right? We can wake up and say we want to build a door. Do you understand? Like, we can say we want to start making plates. Do you understand?
That would be dope,
stuff
actually.
like that. Exactly. We already have duvets. We make duvets. Do you understand? We have palm wine.
You have palm wine?
Yeah, palm wine. The palm wine business is to support my mom. My mom has a palm wine farm, and yeah, like I'm like, okay, I know people who like to drink palm wine. Let me brand it up for you, and then we'll sell your pee. And
that's mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder how much I wrote down, you never broke down. My back used to be up against walls, it's on the ropes now. Fighting for that feeling we had in your Laredo. Back when you saw the thorns on my crown, more like a halo. My conscience punished me for the past while I was out there trying to ball. Bet you seen through the mask, hope I ain't being brash. If I say
you do so many things. You're a visual artist, you create merch, you're a DJ, you're a photographer.
Yep.
Like, what gave you the boldness to step into all of these shoes?
I mean, of course, like, you know, knowing where you're coming from and not wanting to go back there would always be a boost. It would always, like, ginger you to, you know, want to do more, right? Knowing that I wasn't born with a silver spoon and knowing how hard things were in the past, that fought the whole vibe, the whole energy and stuff. But to be honest, right, me, I'm just living. I like to experiment a lot. I hate being put in a box, right? I love to learn. that is actually like my biggest gift, or is it skill? Is learning a skill or a gift?
I mean, it depends on how you see it, but I would say it's more of a gift.
Yeah.
Because it obviously comes with patience
Yeah.
and like curiosity. It's a big gift actually, because it's not everyone that has that gift of curiosity.
When I want to learn stuff, I just go for it. They used to call me Jack of all trades back then, like when I was in Unilag. In fact, I had lots of peers then, like they were like, Ayanfe, you want to do everything. If I have a nickname, Yums do all. Yums do all. Yeah, like, Ayanfe, you want to do everything, you want to do this, you want to do that, why don't you stick to this? It started actually with arts then, I remember somebody telling me you have to pick a discourse, you have to pick something you're interested in and just stick to it. And I'm like, what if I want to try this? What if I want to try that? Then figure myself out from there. What if I want to try it? I've just been gathering experiences, to be honest. And in gathering the experiences, I've been learning, and somehow, anything I touch
turns to gold.
People just know, Shada, Yums don't. Do you understand? Exactly. And
I see you've been around Europe, also chilling.
Networking in Europe, actually.
Right.
We're trying to expand our reach. We see that we have like some interesting people there who like our stuff, and we thought, okay, why not actually like take some of our pieces to them? And it seems like there are art stores here. I can just buy spray paint.
It's bustling. It's happening.
Let me ask this guy where he got his spray paint.
Another question. If you could travel back in time to
Yeah.
an historical period for a week to gather artistic inspiration,
Hey.
where would you go and why?
Yeah, these ones are hard questions. Oh.
Just reason I'm like, I'm
Because
sure
I don't
that
see the
you
reason.
have-
I don't really reason all these ones.
like
oh.
you don't think about like historic
past,
things.
no?
Even if it's like things that like a story you heard, you don't think about it.
Okay, well, maybe I'll go back to the time of Basquiat and Frida Kahlo.
To go and see what it was like.
Yeah, especially Frida. Oh my God, yeah, Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo went through so much pain. Like I watched the documentary on Frida Kahlo, and Frida Kahlo actually went through like so much pain. She was a fantastic artist. She had an accident, a crazy ass accident. I saw all of this in a documentary, actually, like a video documentary. I also read a lot about her, and she went through heartbreak. I don't even know. Her life was just, it was like, yeah, if you even see her pieces, you would know that they're from pain. They came from a place of pain. And if I could just go back in time to relive how, just a little bit of that, yeah, because I connect to her works, I connect to her, I feel for her as well, yeah.
Do you draw inspiration from very difficult times, and are you able to create when you're going through like the maddest experiences in your life, like the craziest experiences? Do you still create, or are you able to create?
I'll say yes and no. No, because I always like to, when I walk into my studio, I always try to put all my worries behind. So when I leave the house, I leave the house with all of the house issues. So if electrician wants to call me or say one thing day, as long as I'm entering the studio, I don't want any disturbance. I don't want any mental stress. Do you understand? So I can freely create. I like to create open-mindedly.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I don't like distractions, right? But I still create when I am going through stuff, when I still create. It's just that it's completely different.
And you can see, do you think people can feel your experiences through the works you create when you're going through tough times?
Yeah. So like from like how do I put it, the thickness of my ink. From the thickness, and then also from like, how do I put it? When you look at the canvas, you see the pressure. Yeah.
The pressure or
the pressure from
from
my ink to my canvas. You would see, you know all those people that used to press their hand on paper? Exactly. Like when I'm under pressure or when I'm feeling something, sometimes like you would tell.
That's interesting.
Thick strokes. Yeah, you would tell. It's just you would feel it. There's no how. But I mean, not everybody would.
Yeah.
You always be very honest. I didn't know that people buy art, actually. I didn't know people buy art.
Until when?
Yeah, it was Wale. Wale reached out. Wale wanted to draw his uncle.
Who's Wale?
Wale is one of my old friends.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the #1 person that bought my work. And then even then, I still didn't know that people buy art, because then I was doing like, I was taking commissions. I was drawing people, do you understand, for their birthday.
Yeah.
So you get like, you have a friend, you want to, and then I draw them, you give me money. That was when people were seeing me, like carrying frames up and down. And then I started learning about exhibitions. Was it not? I think it was 2017 too. There was like this art meetup thing at Leisure Lake, Lekki Leisure Lake then, and they selected some artists to just come showcase their work. So like I came with my sketchbook, and then we just had like artworks on the table, and then from there I met other artists, and then I started learning about exhibitions, right? Yeah. Even when I learned about exhibitions, I didn't know that people would pay dollars to buy artworks. I feel like I just grew into knowing all these things. When you pass this stage, you sort of like learn about the next stage, and then I started learning about my own worth as well, the value of my work, the value of the time that I put into it. To be honest, you can't put a price on it.
And create for other people. So what?
Yeah, I just didn't understand like how I would take a piece of me
and sell it to someone
and then give it to someone else. I want it. I want to keep it. Do you understand? Yeah, like, so I don't know how, like, I really don't know how. Now that people are more aware of like the value of art, people are more interested in art, I feel like any artist can actually make a life out of, you understand? As long as you have something, you're creating like solutions to problems, do you understand? People are finding themselves. People are finding themselves. There are people who connect to pieces, people who connect to, pieces. They find themselves in certain works. I might create like a painting that maybe is about, let me say, a comical painting, something very funny. And then someone just comes and starts crying. They see their grandma, they see someone, do you understand? Or the piece reminds them of some part of them that they wish they had, do you understand? And somehow they just want to
have a piece of that.
Yeah, they want to have a piece of that for keeps, do you understand? Yeah, I feel like that is where like sales also come from, like.
I love how you're struggling.
Yeah, yeah, because I won't lie, there's also the political, there's also,
Let's go back upstairs. We're going to continue. I'm going to take you guys with us as we continue today. And yes, let's do this. Yeah, that was good chat. I actually really...
Yeah.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah, tell him, bro.
Yeah. I'm staring in the mirror at the only one I trust. Been down on my luck, so when you see me now I'm up. I'm fresh up out that mud, I'm a diamond in the rough. So when you see me shining now, know it's anything but luck. I'm looking in the mirror at the only one I with. I've been held me down, so when you see me now I'm up. I'm fresh up out that mud, I'm a diamond in the rough. So when you see me shining now, know it's anything but luck. It's anything but
diamond in the rough, yeah, we had it tough.
Having spent the whole day with Ayanfe, it really wasn't so difficult to see how she's become this successful. From the talent, to the passion, to the dedication and hard work, and just that consistency. But more than all of this, she's an amazing person, and it's not hard to tell that she deserves every single success that she's achieved. This is Made by Us, a docu-series produced by yours truly, Yemi Oladapo. Over the past couple months, I've been putting out videos telling the stories of Black and African people who are doing amazing things in their fields. To watch more of these videos, check out the playlist Made by Us on my channel. And don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Till next time, guys. Love.